Good to see you. Shannon, I understand you have something you want to share this morning.
Good morning, yes.
Morning.
There's been a lot of speculation of why I wasn't on air yesterday, and I won't get into speculation or conjecture, innuendo, but I will say this. In watching that game on Monday night, what happened to Damar Hamlin struck me a little different. As a brotherhood in the NFL, when injuries happen, when we know injuries are a part of the game, I've seen guys suffer ACLs and Achilles tear, but I've never seen anybody have to be revived and fight for their life on the field. So it struck me a little differently because I remember seeing my brother paralyzed on the field temporarily, and he was able to regain focus. Skip tweeted something, and although I disagree with the tweet, and hopefully Skip would take it down, but I didn't want it.
Well, time out. I'm not going to take it down because I stand by what I tweeted.
Skip, let me finish.
All right, okay.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Go ahead, let's go, Jen.
Okay.
I mean, I cannot even get through a monologue without you interrupting me.
Well,
you could have came back, Skip.
Well, I thought,
Skip, just let.
I didn't know you were going to bring up
No,
this.
I was just going to say, Skip, I didn't want to yesterday to get into a situation where Damar Hamlin was the issue. We should have been talking about him and not get into your tweet. That's what I was going to do. But you can't even let me finish my opening monologue without you interrupting.
Okay. I was under the impression you weren't going to bring this up because nobody here had a problem with that tweet.
No. Clearly, the bosses wanted you to offer explanation, so clearly somebody.
No, they did not have. Nobody.
Let's go, Jen.
Thoughts and prayers remain with Damar Hamlin.
That's where the focus should have been, and not on the football game. Yes, let's go, Jen. Thank you.
Okay, so there's a lot to unpack here from this clip. You clearly saw from the opening monologue things got a little contentious between the pair because Skip has made it a habit of interrupting Shannon as of late. Shannon went directly talking about Skip Bayless's tweet the other day that drew a lot of criticism. For those of you who don't know, it was in relation to right after Bills safety Damar Hamlin completed in what looked to be a harmless tackle but had to be administered CPR after he collapsed on the ground. Skip tweeted out questioning how the NFL was going to work out the schedule with it being so close to the end of the regular season, and he took a lot of flack as many deemed it to be insensitive, especially when someone was fighting for their life on the field. Look, I'm not here to judge whether he was right or wrong for the tweet. However, he did mention that the season and the game on hand did seem irrelevant, with Hamlin currently having to be hospitalized. Anyways, so Shannon opened the monologue condemning Skip's tweet and saying that he had hoped Skip would delete the tweet, which he still hasn't at this point. And this is when all hell broke loose, as I think Skip felt a little blindsided. I'm sure the pair talked about how they're going to address the issues on hand in the morning meetings prior to the start of the show, and I'm guessing Skip didn't know Shannon was going to talk about how he should have deleted the tweet. Skip's response was that he stood by his tweet. I guess in his eyes, he feels he did no wrong. He kind of backs up his statement by saying none of the brasses at FS1 had an issue with the tweet, however Shannon quickly said otherwise. If I had to guess, just looking at the public outcry from that tweet, I got a feeling the producers on Undisputed had issues with Skip's post. You literally had former and current athletes and media heads all slamming Skip Bayless and calling him out to be fired or cancelled. Nonetheless, this clip clearly shows you how fractious the relationship between the pair has gotten, and you could see it slowly souring a while back. You had the issue a month ago where Skip pretty much sunned Shannon on TV that also had many members of the black community clapping at Skip for his treatment of Shannon and discrediting his Hall of Fame career during a debate about Tom Brady. Then you also had Shannon miss out on yesterday's program, leaving Skip to host Undisputed by himself. Anyways, there's a lot of rumors swirling around that this might be the end of the pair's run on the show, which would seriously shake up the morning sports debate show landscape. Skip, like him or not, is a ratings machine, but his partnership with Shannon has been a pretty special one over the last 6 years they've been together. Their numbers are doing pretty well compared to ESPN's First Take, and that's largely due to the connection the two have went on together. Look, I know most of the show revolves around the same 3 or 4 topics, and a lot of the debates seem manufactured, but at the end of the day, these two draw huge numbers. That said, I don't know where this is going to go after the latest heated discussion. On one hand, you have Shannon clearly believing Skip was in the wrong for the tweet and for his refusal to delete the post, while Skip thinks he hasn't done anything wrong. In his mind, he was merely asking a question, but stating that it didn't mean much after what was going on with Damar Hamlin. And yesterday's so-called apology didn't really sit well because in all honesty, Skip didn't apologize for the tweet, which he still stands by, but merely apologizing for hosting yesterday's program after what had just happened on the Monday night game. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this whole situation. Do you think this will be the end of Skip and Shannon on Undisputed?